If you can find 3 dice to work with at home to be able to arrange them in a certain way so it appears on the screen, or you might also use a little diagram that I've shown you there, remembering that the opposite sides of dice always add to 7. So if you can see a 1 on the front, that must mean on the back would be a 6. Or if you can see a 2 on the front, a 5 must be on the back. So they wouldn't be both visible at the same time because they're on opposite sides of the dice. So the faces of the dice that we can see, for example, on the yellow dice, would not be a 3 and a 4, would not be able to be seen on the yellow dice because 3 and 4 are opposite each other on the dice. That might help you with this challenge. Stationary is a homophone where it's the same word which sounds the same, but it can have 2 different meanings and they are spelled differently. This spelling of stationary is to do with being motionless and having stopped and not moving, something that doesn't change. This spelling of stationary, spelled A-R-Y at the end, is sometimes confused with the word stationery, spelled E-R-Y at the end, which is to do with writing materials. So stationery as in things that you might use to write with or use kind of in school. So this spelling of stationery, S-T-A-T-I-O-N-A-R-Y, that is to do with standing still and being still. So a way to remember that is a bit like a train station where trains might stop. So when we are writing instructions, here are some of the cohesive devices we might use. So we might use pronouns, and pronouns could be words like he or she or it, but pronouns could also be synonyms which are used to talk about the same noun. So an example on the screen there is Joe was given a bike for Christmas. He refers back to Joe and it refers back to the bike. So he liked it very much. So they're pronouns rather than repeating Joe and the bike. We've also got conjunctions. Conjunctions help to join sentences rather than putting a full stop to separate into 2 sentences. We can use a conjunction, for example, in that example before, to join 2 sentences together. It shows that there's a relationship between the 2 sentences. So we do that when there is a link between the 2 sentences. We can also use adverbs and adverbials to link sentences to show when something happened, particularly with an adverbial of time. We can also do an adverbial of number or order. So for example, like firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally, which are often used in instructions. So on the next page, you're going to see an example of an instructional text, and I want to see if you can find some of the examples of cohesive devices that you can see on the screen here. So you can either annotate on this page, or you could make a list with 3 columns, adverbials of time and number, pronouns and conjunctions, and then underneath each of those lists write the words from the text example that you can see to show adverbials of time and number, to show pronouns and to show conjunctions. So spot them in this page and on the next, and the answers are there for you to check as well.